everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about an impaired / compromised skin barrier, symptoms, things to avoid, and how to treat. This is a new style of video for me, so if you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to hit the like button. If you're new here, my name is Nadia and I have been a licensed esthetician and I have been practicing for well over 10 years. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you do not miss any future uploads. Did you know that your skin is your body's largest organ? It is made up of layers like the epidermis, the outer layer, which estheticians like me treat, the dermis, which is the thick middle layer, which dermatologists treat, and the subcutaneous layer, which is the fatty layer, which derms, surgeons, and other specialized healthcare providers treat. The epidermis protects your skin against environmental aggressors such as pollution, UV rays, dehydration, irritation, inflammation. A compromised skin barrier fails to do all of those things. Signs of a compromised barrier may include dryness, dehydration, where skin feels tight. It may have some extra texture, roughness, and be flaky even after applying moisturizer. Sensitivity to touch accompanied with irritation, where skin can burn or sting with the topical application of skincare products. More breakouts than usual of the weakened skin barrier, itchiness, tightness throughout, especially after cleansing the skin or throughout the day. You may also experience dullness, roughness of the skin. It is important to note that an impaired barrier or a compromised barrier is a skin condition, not a skin type. It is temporary, thankfully, and can be treated and repaired within a few weeks. Sensitive skin is a skin type. Sensitive skin is genetic. You can have oily skin that is sensitive, or you can have dry skin that is sensitive. Sensitive skin can be reactive to environmental aggressors or products. Sensitive skin does share some of the same symptoms of that of a compromised barrier, such as stinging, burning, or itching. The common environmental causes of a compromised barrier can include dry or humid environment, hot or cold weather, excessive sun exposure, extremely hot baths, or showers. The common topical causes of an impaired or a compromised barrier can include or may include over exfoliating, using one too many chemical or physical exfoliants, using products that include drying alcohols or perhaps artificial fragrance, and excessively cleansing the skin can strip it of its essential oils. You want to simplify your skincare routine when dealing with a compromised barrier. You'll definitely want to avoid using retinoids, AHAs, BHAs, exfoliating scrubs, anything that exfoliates you want to avoid. Creamy, gentle cleansers are also a good idea to have, as foaming cleansers may be too drying for your skin. Avoid benzoyl peroxide. You also want to avoid using extremely hot or just hot water, which I know can be tough in colder climates. Ideally, you'll want to cleanse your skin with lukewarm water to avoid stripping your skin of its essential protective oils. If you've got an impaired barrier but have any of the following skincare treatments scheduled, you'll want to reschedule those pronto. Facials that include the use of strong AHAs upon skin analysis, your esthetician can recommend a more gentle, reparative facial instead of a harsh or strong exfoliating treatment. If you are a client that receives facial because you absolutely love and must have the pro grade exfoliation that they offer, reschedule. Resurfacing lasers, reschedule. Chemical peels, depending on the formula, these contain high percentages of AHAs and BHAs, which can oftentimes cause excessive irritation and delay healing if you receive them when your barrier is compromised. I describe chemical peels to my clients as a controlled injury to the skin, and your skin is more likely to heal and repair itself post-chemical peel if it's not impaired. Microneedling, it is not recommended that you create micro injuries to the skin on an already compromised barrier, as this can further inflammation and increase your risk of infection. When treating a compromised barrier, you'll want to reach for products that focus on soothing, calming the skin, products that increase hydration and restore lipids. The best ingredients to look for include, but are not limited to, the following: ceramides. Ceramides replenish the skin's natural protective layer. Two moisturizers that I love and include ceramides are the Paula's Choice Barrier Repair Advanced Moisturizer. I will link my review to this product up above. I remember this specifically working for my normal skin without adding additional congestion to my normal skin. I did find myself reaching a lot for the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whipped Cream, which looks like this, and it is what I am wearing on the skin today. I would say that this works best on dry, very dry skin. I love that it contains ceramides and 5 African oils. And I would say the Paula's Choice works best on like normal combo skin. Hyaluronic acid helps to draw water back into the skin and lock in hydration. Two of my favorite skincare products that contain hyaluronic acid are the Paula's Choice 7% Ectoin and Hyaluronic Acid Milky Hydrating Serum. That product is completely empty now. I will link my review to that up above. It is very hydrating, nourishing, and reparative, and I absolutely adored it, which is why it's empty now. And my other favorite that I highly recommend for aging skin is the PCA Skin Hyaluronic Acid Boosting Serum. I would say this is best suited for all skin types, again, specifically aging skin. Niacinamide. Niacinamide minimizes transepidermal water loss, reduces inflammation, and stimulates ceramide production. My absolute favorite, my absolute gem is Pharmacy's 10% Niacinamide Night Mask. I will link my review to this up above. Now, in the year of our Lord 2026, that review might be a little dated, but still worth a watch because this is a true gem. Absolutely adore. And if you want more of a serum, I highly encourage the 10% Niacinamide Booster, also by Paula's Choice. Squalane. Squalane mimics the skin's natural oils and lipids in replenishing those oils, all without clogging your pores. Biossance Copper Peptide Rapid Plumping and Hydrating Serum with hyaluronic acid and squalane would be ideal as it contains both hyaluronic acid and squalane. I will link my review on that product up above. I think in that video I referred to that serum as like a supercharged hyaluronic acid based serum, and I think I stand by that description. My personal favorite, of course, as far as ingredients are concerned, is colloidal oatmeal, as it soothes and calms the skin. My favorite skincare range that includes colloidal oatmeal, and the vast majority of their products is, of course, First Aid Beauty. When dealing with an impaired barrier this time around, I used both the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Pillow Pads and the Ultra Repair Rescue Barrier Balm. Definitely newer products to their range, I believe. And then let me know if you'd like a review on either of these, especially if you are, eczema prone, sensitive skin, or, tend to have an impaired barrier on a regular basis. I can get a review up on those for you. And of course, I wanted to chat about the unsung hero, hypochlorous acid spray. I found myself using the Medicube, actually, hypochlorous acid daily facial spray. This is both calming and hydrating, and I picked up the smaller unit because I don't really lean oily, and I have seen a lot of people who tend to have like oily, acne prone skin and add this onto their routine. But I know that an effective antimicrobial solution that calms inflammation, treats acne, soothes irritation. Hypochlorous acid spray can be used twice a day, after cleansing and before your moisturizers, post-workout to cleanse your skin, and perhaps, give it a refresh after sweating. This can be used on rosacea, eczema, sensitive skin. May want to perform a patch test. I used hypochlorous acid spray when I was avoiding all actives. So if you are using actives such as ascorbic acid, you'll want to use the hypochlorous acid spray in a different routine. Doesn't mean you have to avoid it altogether in one day. You can perhaps use this at night, use your ascorbic acid during the day. AHAs and BHAs, you'll want to use this at a different time. Benzoyl peroxide and retinoids, again, use those at a different time. Might be a good idea to just incorporate a hypochlorous acid daily facial spray when you are doing a hydrating, reparative, nourishing skincare routine, which I will, of course, try to incorporate a lot more in my nighttime skincare routines. While I strongly encourage a simplified routine, you can receive treatments or do them at home to help heal and repair your skin. Red light therapy can help soothe, reduce inflammation, and accelerate cellular repair. These can be used at home or perhaps done in a professional setting. Gentle skin strengthening facials can help skin recovery, and you want to avoid exfoliation and focus entirely on hydrating, calming ingredients. It can take anywhere between 2 to 4, sometimes 8 weeks to repair a compromised barrier. Minimal damage can heal anywhere between 7 to 14 days. Moderate damage can heal anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. And severe damage may take up to 4 to 8 weeks to repair. The older you are, the longer it will take for you to repair your skin. Trust me, I know. How do you know your skin is recovering? Well, you'll have less redness, sensitivity throughout, very minimal stinging or burning when applying topical skincare products. Your skin will begin to feel hydrated, plump, and you'll see less flaking. And perhaps you'll also notice that your glow has returned. You'll also perhaps experience less tightness. Professionally, my approach to skincare is less is more, and sometimes I wish I would apply that to my own skin. I do tend to do that quite well, but sometimes at least once a year I do tend to go wild, and I make myself believe that my skin can tolerate all of the things I throw at it. The less is more approach, I feel, is ideal. Limit chemical and physical exfoliation, or perhaps condition your skin to your desired level of exfoliation. Again, simplify your routine, use gentle cleansers, keep skin hydrated. Look for products that include ceramides, niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid. You'll want to, of course, wear your SPF daily, all day, every day, rain or shine. And avoid artificial fragrances and drying alcohols, as well as essential oils in your skincare products. I hope that you found today's video helpful. Let me know if you have used any of the products or devices I shared with you today, or anything that you feel has worked for you when you've dealt with an impaired or a compromised barrier. let's discuss in the comments down below. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. The epidermis protects. Microneedling, it is, you want to simplify. Find it now. Oh, there it is.